So today starts a bit different than usual, and not only that, it's a tad earlier. In fact, it's 2 a.m. on Boxing Day, on our journey on the P&O cruise ship into Amsterdam. The reason I'm up so early is to get from the North Sea into the North Sea Canal and then the port of Amsterdam. Our ship, the P&O Arcadia, which is 11 decks high, weighs over 84,000 tonnes and is almost 290 metres long, needs to go through the Ijmuiden Sea Lock. I hadn't set my alarm and my husband was sound asleep, so something must have told my body something different was happening. It was really interesting in the quiet dead of the night, watching from our balcony where roads became locks and our ship waited patiently for the water level to go down. So the Ijmuiden Sea Lock is 500 metres long, 70 metres wide and 18 metres deep. So ships bigger than us can use this lock. In fact, ships of up to 399 metres long and 57 metres wide can. According to the Port of Amsterdam, the Ijmuiden Sea Lock is the biggest sea lock in the world. So that dead-end road you can see is actually one of the locks. When it's closed, the lock is intact again. I'm no engineer, but I certainly enjoyed watching how all this worked. A consideration if you're weighing up whether to have a balcony room or not. There is no way I would have gone out to one of the main decks on my own at 2 o'clock in the morning to witness this. But from my balcony, I could happily watch it in my PJs, put a coat on and feel quite safe out there. Right, back to bed for a few hours so we can start our day in Amsterdam soon. Morning! Well, a more sensible time in the morning anyway. We're all docked now in Amsterdam and this is the view from our balcony until late tomorrow afternoon because we're not moving till then. The gangway from the ship to the terminal was quite a walk, so certainly a consideration for those with mobility issues. There were benches periodically though. Along with Amsterdam Central Station, we used the Movenpick high-rise hotel as a marker for where we needed to be back at the ship later. We did see a few river cruise ships in Amsterdam, something I often think about, and maybe one day because the itineraries are pretty great. How ingenious is this cycle ramp down the stairs? I'm pretty sure I've never seen something like this before. Inside Amsterdam Central Station there are shops, places to eat and drink and of course toilets. You get a voucher when you pay for the toilets and the next time the same day it's cheaper. Across the water this is the Eye Film Museum. The museum in its current building was opened by Queen Beatrix in 2012. For our time in Amsterdam, I put a number of flags on Google Maps in the hope of finding them, but we basically just went with the flow and enjoyed a wander. I love the pretty architecture and the vibrant colours of the traditional Dutch houses with shutters besides the canals of Amsterdam. Time for a coffee break? Their breads and pastries looked amazing, but yet again, we'd not long had breakfast, but they did give us these delicious biscuits with our drinks. What an iconic Amsterdam view. A pretty canal, a bridge and a houseboat, all the houseboats. I've mentioned in a previous video from this cruise, but I do love these 3-wheel bikes with a cabin for children at the front. Then we have the Amsterdam Tulip Museum. I wonder if it's compact or just deceiving. You'll have to tell me if you've been in there. Anne Frank's house and the queue, which is around the corner, a very unassuming area. This is in the area of Amsterdam known as Jordan. The building with all the scaffolding is the Royal Palace, so we couldn't really get a good view from this side. This department store, the Magna Plaza, looked quite grand outside, and down in the foyer, but barely anything was open. The other side of the Royal Palace. There are certainly some grand buildings in this square. Lunchtime, and the food here was delicious, and the restaurant was comfortable, and the prices were decent. Time for a bit more of a wander. It wasn't open sadly, but this is what I like. A cafe with seats with a view. This is the Nemo Science Museum. This, of course, is our beautiful ship. It had been a pleasant day, but Amsterdam hadn't wowed us as much as Copenhagen and Oslo did. Each to their own, I guess. Tonight on the ship, with it being Boxing Day for us Brits, had a Cinderella pantomime in the theatre. As it's an adult-only ship, the humour went a bit further than it might for a family show and was great fun. We also thought we'd try out the late-night buffet offerings. As well as a selection of great sweet and savoury food, they were doing hot chocolate and cookies. That was cute. It's time for the ship to make a move. Next stop, Bruges, before arriving back in Southampton the day after. But before that, we've got to go through the Ijmuiden Sea Lock again to get us from the North Sea Canal to the North Sea itself. It's quite a clear evening as we leave Amsterdam, and the views the other side of the water from where we spent our day were just vibrant. Across the water, at the top of the Adam Tower on the left is the Adam Lookout, with a swing if you dare, leaving you dangling over the edge of the building 100 metres from the ground, providing panoramic views all over Amsterdam. Just to the left of the Adam Tower, the white building, is the Eye Film Museum that we saw in daylight yesterday. Did you catch that firework? I didn't see any more, just that one. Oh, is that a dry dock? Right, we're back in the Ijmuiden Sea Lock. Obviously we're facing the other way this time, and it seems we get pulled and held right next to the pier this side. So we couldn't really see how much the water moved to take us the other way. Okay, so make sure you're subscribed, and I will see you next time for our day in Bruges on the P&O Arcadia's Christmas cruise. Bye!